Yeah, so we don't have too much for you today again, just because, things are wrapping up and we're really just getting our last deliverables done. But we wanted to start by reviewing our timeline on Notion. So I'm going to share my screen and go over that for a minute. And also I saw that you looked at the video script, so thank you for looking over that. We're gonna like move on with recording it soon, so that's exciting.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're basically right there with like our final deliverables. Again, we'll be presenting on May 8th. Our official presenting time is 7 to 7:15, and we will like send the Zoom link as soon as we get it. I do think Linda's also going to send you an email with that information when it comes.
Yeah.
So just to go over like exactly what we're working on in the tasks list. So we're finishing a comparative report in the next 2 days. That's basically finished, but we're just like cleaning it up and making sure it's perfect. And that's reviewing the 2 usability tests we did and kind of seeing how we've made improvements and then further suggestions for like how we can improve in the future.
Yeah.
As mentioned before, we're working on the video project, so we already have some progress there with the script. We're also going to be doing a poster that Claudia is leading there. That's going to be for next Friday as well. And then finally, we have like another prototype we're working on, which we're also going to be showing you later today. And then our presentation and final report. So we'll be sure to give you access to all of these deliverables once they are finished. Yeah, so just like basically finishing all of that up
Awesome.
within the next week and a few days. By May 8th, everything will be done. And then, of course, we're presenting for the UX team on May 9th. And we're really excited about that as well.
Nice. That's great. The only thing that just came to mind about something that you make sure that you don't share are the videos of your research sessions. And I think like even having links to those, like make sure that they have like a password or something so that people can't open them up.
Okay, definitely.
All
Um,
right.
and for that, is it just like, could we have like a screen just of the GitLab prototype without like any like audio or their face in it?
You can even include audio, you just can't have their faces.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you. Okay, great. So yeah, so maybe now I don't think we're gonna go for the full time at all. Like we really don't have so much to update you with, but I think Alex wanted to maybe walk you through some of the prototype if we're ready. Alex, what do you think about that?
Yeah, sure. Give me a second. Can you enable screen
Yeah,
share?
sorry, every time.
Cool. So what Claudia and I pretty much did was like we made new pages and then just changed up, left comments, and then went ahead and changed things that we received feedback on that like might need some improvements.
Yeah.
So something that we did was kind of move the view pipeline to the top next to navigation up here. Um, and the reason for that is because I feel like people didn't have the easiest time looking at the pipeline syntax is correct button and then searching to the right side to click the view pipeline button. So maybe having it as just like a pop-up that can be closed, which I think this kind of the affordance of this like layout kind of indicates that this is just a temporary message that can be disabled, I feel like. So that's why I made this change. We fixed some other stuff for like navigation. We reduced some of the redundancies in our wording in the prototypes. Let's see. Yeah, we also changed up the layouts of this just a tiny bit, removed some redundant features that we thought weren't unnecessary, such as suggested. Actually, you can change this wording right here later. Yeah, and then fix up some of the prototype here because before the edges were like misaligned, so it looked weird. I wasn't actually sure how to execute this to, I guess, like fit the design system the most because I feel like the code editor isn't meant to be used in a preview like this. So, but I just kind of made it into the same like border that the code editor has currently on other pages and then included it here. And then for this page, we wanted to label the this one right here. This, I guess it's a pipeline status thing that people were confused with. So I went ahead and labeled this one, and then I added a new, I guess, feature here to expand. I'm not sure how I'm going to visualize this when you click expand, but we got like good feedback from multiple people that were saying that it might be good to have an option to, interact with this section and see further details about each step in the pipeline. So
Wait, what does expand do in that case?
I wasn't sure. This is just something I was messing around with, but I think it would open up some more details about the code or like the status of it.
Because right now, when you click on the badges, that's exactly what it does.
That's exactly what it does. I
Yeah.
see. I see. Yeah. All right. Well, that's something that I did not know because going through our prototype, it wasn't interactable. So I guess that's something that we should have tested on. I guess, yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like, did people try to click on them in your sessions and it just like wasn't interactive?
I think it was a mix of both. I guess because we didn't have any interactive things prototype within our prototype, like when they clicked on it, nothing happened. But also people were saying like they wish there were other actions other than just rerunning that like step in the job.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm not sure if the feedback that you got was they didn't know that you could click on those. And if so, adding some type of indicator, a better indicator to make sure that they know that they're clickable it's good feedback, but I don't know what actions they would be looking for. Did they specify?
Yeah, that's a great point. I guess they didn't because of the fact that it wasn't interactive, but yeah, perhaps, but I think it's because the fact that they could only see the rerun button. So
Yeah.
that's why they assumed that there wasn't anything else. So maybe, yeah, maybe that's something that we could have tested a little bit more on. But
Okay. Yeah, I just for that one, if you're gonna end like if you're gonna show those, I would say that there are other actions when you click into them. Because when you click into them, it's a job. So you
gotcha.
see the job details and there's other
Yeah.
actions on that page.
Mhm.
So potentially you could incorporate those onto those little pills.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely take a look and see what I can come up with. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of like the edits we've been making.
Nice. And then do you mind just showing it once more for the first prototype that you were looking at?
Sure.
Is it okay to give feedback? I don't even
Yeah,
know.
of course.
Is that okay? Okay. Okay, yeah, so this, where you made that pipeline syntax is correct, dismissible, I would suggest not making it dismissible just because that is supposed to stay static so that you can tell if what you type in the YAML, if that's correct syntax or not. And the reason why that's important is because then when you say commit changes, you won't end up with a error when you commit them. So we kind of
Oh, yeah.
validate that syntax is correct so that when you commit the changes, it's already successful. Like we know it's going to go through and you don't have to worry about it.
Got it. I see.
But maybe maybe something that you notice is that bar is pretty far away from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
syntax editor, and maybe like you could suggest moving it closer because clearly it looks like an alert almost type of thing.
Yeah, I think that's what people thought it was. And maybe, yeah, I guess understanding that it definitely makes sense to keep it there. But yeah, maybe having it closer to the code editor might be better.
Yeah, and feel free to like play around with where you want that message to go. It doesn't have to stay in that box. Like maybe you move it closer to the actual code editor. It's you can play around with that. And then I would just suggest, I don't know why they have a learn more link, but just keep that learn more. I don't know why.
Okay, got it. Let's see. The other stuff, I guess this didn't change much. We just changed like how they come up. Because before with our prototype, we shortened the code editor when we opened the templates, but now we
Yeah.
just, yeah. Let's see.
I just had a quick question returning back to the visualize piece for a second, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't remember like what it looks like to pop up into like more information. When
Yeah.
I had like gone through I think initially and looked at it, I don't remember like having that, and maybe because it was like not maybe like the most updated version, or maybe it didn't have that capability because of like the specific code that was in there. But I was
Mhm.
just like wondering what that looked like because I don't think I've seen that functionality.
I
Yeah.
can share my screen with that because I actually remember that there was like a little page in there, so I just checked it out again. It's this. And I think the reason why most of us didn't quite remember it is because it's like a little bit obtuse or like a little bit like complicated for us if we don't have a lot of experience with like CSC. This is what happens when you click on like a build job. If you're here, you're in your pipeline, you click on build job, takes you right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is what it looks like, and there's definitely like a lot of useful things like here. For example, you can either like trash it or like or I guess it's like erase the log.
Yeah. Erase job log and artifacts will kind of like clear up storage. That's why that's there because you get only a certain amount of storage in your repo. So if it's an old job, people tend to want to erase them.
Totally, yeah. I feel like one of the things that we're like aiming for when trying to make this part more interactive is maybe you show like how the code looks in the YAML file. I know this is like right now here like you do have like the echoes like that are like what the YAML file actually has, but it doesn't. It's a little bit more like has more information than that. So maybe if you click on this, it will give you like a little pop-up of what like the editor actually looks like for this current pipeline. I think that's
like the YAML.
yeah, like the YAML.
I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah. Maybe something like that. I think that's like what people like expected to see when they were like clicking on the job badges.
Yeah, so linking it up better with or relating it more to what they actually typed into the editor. That makes sense.
Yeah, or pretty much just also being able to like have a way to go from there to like exactly the job in the YAML to see if you wanted to like change something. I think that was
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's the what we're like thinking about before.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I understand the change that you made and why you might have made like why you wanted to make it. So if that I hope my feedback wasn't too bad there. I hope just
No,
if you
anything's
want more
helpful.
feedback, tell me.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, if you have anything else to say, please tell us. Because it starts these conversations, and I think it's all very helpful.
That's the things I brought up was the only stuff that I saw. I do want to say that you did a really great job. Like it's funny. I remember I told you that one of the teams is looking to do a catalog type of page for the templates, and what they're looking into is basically what you just researched. So it's really great work, and I'm very happy. I'm happy, and I hope you guys learn stuff too.
Yeah.
For sure. This has been such a good experience overall, and your feedback is really appreciated. Even just seeing what happens when you click the jobs again,
Yeah.
I don't know, very, very helpful, especially closing all of this up.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. And just a question for everyone. Is there anything that, I know we checked back like a few sessions ago that everybody kind of wanted to learn something specific from this capstone project. Do you feel like you've been able to do that? Is there anything else I can help with?
I think, at least on my side, if I can, I mean, I'm speaking for myself, but personally, I feel like I learned so much in this project, and then I am happy. Like my own personal goals of like figuring out how CI/CD works, and also getting closer to like the UI UX design process, I accomplished that thanks to like this project. So I'm really happy with that.
Good.
Yeah, I definitely really enjoyed using the design system and learning about. I guess something that I do wonder during this process of using it is like how far can you like do all the components that you currently design right now come from the design system, or do you ever come up with your own thing like that is, or do you have to actually add something to the design system in order to use it? Like from like a
Yeah.
legal perspective or like a design professional perspective.
That's a great question. Typically, when we create things, we'll use the components as a base. By that, I mean like we'll use textiles, and then we'll use like border widths and colors and radiuses and stuff. But we might end up creating like new, larger components that are made up of the small ones. And maybe those larger components aren't created in the library yet. But then there's also times where we create a brand new component using new styles, new shapes, everything like that. And that goes through a whole process with the design system team. So you have to like create an issue, go through use cases, why it should be a component, and then usage guidelines, like this is how you use it, this is when it should not be used, so on. And then you contribute to the Figma kit, so you can create your own symbols, and then you like create a branch in Figma, and then they review it, and then they'll merge it, and it's a new component.
Oh, okay. That's really
Yeah.
cool. And let's say, so for our template, when we click the all template, it's like a overlay, it says a pop-up overlay, and the background gets them. Like if that's not, I'm not sure if anywhere else in GitLab, is that like if that interaction is never used anywhere else in GitLab, like can you make something like that?
We can, but that interaction is used. So
Okay, cool, got it.
that's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, that would be an example where we could say this is a new interaction. Does anybody else need it? We usually just like start that conversation in an issue or like through Slack and see what people say.
Okay, yeah, that's really cool. Right.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you for answering that.
Good question. Well, take your time. If you think of anything else, please reach out, and I'm very excited to see your final presentation.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I should say something too. Sorry, I was just all over the place, but I really had a great experience, and I definitely like taking on a leadership role and communicating with you, and I think it's just been a really great professional experience. I think it's interesting because all of my professional experiences have been remote on Zoom and stuff like that since like beginning of college. So I think that's something in the future I'm still hoping to get like an in-person experience, but I think for what we were able to do, like everything worked out really well. We were able to communicate super easily. Our Zoom meetings are like always, at the same time. Everyone's been so great at getting everything done. I think we just got really lucky with like having you as a sponsor and having a great group of students working together. So I think it's been all really amazing.
Good. Makes me happy to hear.
I
Yeah.
second all of that.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, but we and Ben and I have both enjoyed all the meetings with you. I would say you are all super organized, which makes working in professional environments so much easier. Not everyone's like that. So it's even unique to have like a full group that's as organized as you all are. And I think that you're going to do great job. And I'm like super excited to see your presentation and see like what the other students were working on too. Just to compare also, because I don't know what their projects were like.
Yeah, definitely. I was actually wondering before the Monday presentation, like, did you want to look at what we have like next week?
It's up to you if you want. I mean, so we have our meeting scheduled for the 5th next week. If you want to just do that, like if you don't want to meet on Zoom, you can just send me or set in the channel, maybe send us like the deliverables and Ben and I can review them if you want. It's totally up to you though.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm not sure if like we will have to meet on Zoom, I guess. I guess we
Yeah.
can discuss as a group and see. Because yeah, we'll just have like a lot of papers and posters and videos and presentations to send to you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine with me. If you just want to do it through Slack, we can just do that.
Okay, great. Amazing. Okay, well, as always, like have a nice weekend. Thank you for meeting with us, and I'll send the recording over Slack.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.